X gon' give it to you. Think you can make it on your own? X gon' deliver it to you. Knock knock. Open up the door. It's real. With the non-stop pop and stainless steel. So hard getting busy with it. Damn right. And I'll do it again! I am right, so I gots to win! The tint of the room slowly changes from the shine of the afternoon to the orange of dusk. Clock lazily ticks away, the seconds counting in the background, on the verge of hearing. But no matter how long I wait, the outcome cannot be changed. The diminutive playing piece makes a small click against the board. Like a wound spring, Hanako makes her move only moments after mine. It's embarrassing. In comparison to my 5-minute move, she seems to know exactly what she wants to do. Mate. Again. What does that make this? 3-2? Stalemates don't count. Damn! You getting better at this every day. That, or she's been holding back. I'd have never thought of it when I first met her, but she really has a knack for this game. Chess seems to be a popular pastime for the two of us, hiding away in the tea room, playing a game or two after class. From here, the students outside can just barely be heard milling about. The everyday noises from below remind me of the little lull of my life before Yamaku. Though I'm by well now aware of that's a life I'll never get back to. Fancy another game? I have to finish my homework. Oh. Alright, bye. But what about this? Whoa! Oh. Oh. She points to the very dull and uninteresting and not related to Tit's chess set. Yeah, don't worry about it, I got it. Oh, okay. See ya. Bye. Hanako departs as I start cleaning up like the bitch boy that I am. The occasional whistles and jeers from the sporting clubs outside become less frequent, eventually approaching silence. A part of me still wants to be on some kind of team. Since I played soccer and the other sports before my accident, I guess it's only normal to feel nostalgic about what I can do anymore. But I have other reasons than that for coming out here so often, and I don't feel so bad about losing that part of myself because of them. Lily's a good friend now, but it's the small exchanges I have with Hanako that feel especially dear. The small victories I feel every day as I see more of what it's like under her self-imposed shell. That's why I come here most of all. As I'm putting away cups and saucers, I hear talking outside the door. Now testify. Pausing for a moment to listen, I can make out that it's Hanako and Lily, and decide to go outside and investigate. Are you quite sure? I'm sure. Oh, Hisao. Hanako turns to see me with a look of mild surprise as she notices my approach. Lily must have caught her just as she was about to leave. Oh my, Hisao is here as well? Afternoon, Lily. Ma'am. What's up? I was hoping, now that I've finished my class representation duties, that I might have the two of you accompany me for tea at Shanghai. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves outside of the school for a change. I'd be up for it. I think Hanako had work to do, though. It's not all that much. Wonderful. Seems we're decided then. I cast my eyes across the cafete as the three of us step in. As usual, there are only a handful of people around at most, and the noise level is a loud, deafening roar. The hold Lily has on Hanako's arm remains just as it has been for the entire slow walk down the hill to the local town, though it's hard to say for which reason. Lily's guidance or Hanako's reassurance. For a moment, Lily removes her arm from Hanako's to retract her cane as Yuko quickly skitters over from where we stand, but soon it replaces right back to where it had been. Welcome to the Shanghai. May I take your order, don't ya know? She gives a deep bow, her well-delivered and professional introduction putting her in a good mood. It's a nice change from the norm for Yuko being an awkward piece of shit. Just tea, please. Hanako? Hisao? I'll have a slice of pie and a coffee. Just tea, please. Coming right up, don't ya know? Please take a seat any at your wish. I'll be back shortly. Yuko gives a smile and a nod before shuffling to the counter to go probably break some other shit. We slip into our seats, the girls on one side with Lily's cane cropped up beside them, and I on the other. I realize that Hanako's not doing something that she often does. Rather than keeping her eyes pinned on the ground and behind her blind escort, busily trying to convince herself that the world around them doesn't exist, she's merely keeping her eyes low and helping Lily around. You alright, Lily? You look... Well, you don't ever really look, but you seem tired. She lowers her head a little, looking somewhat embarrassed that she let it show. Whoops!
Class representative work can be very tiring, considering it often means dealing with the student council. Very tiring indeed.
How do the other representatives go?
Better than I, but not by much. Shizune is a harsh taskmistress whose name I just love making fun of.
It doesn't sound like you particularly relish to the job. Why do you do it in the first place if it's that bad?
Being a class representative is enjoyable and I can deal with the responsibility well enough. It's just that the people involved are sometimes...
She trails off, cutting her words with a katana that she unsheathed from her pants. It's hard to imagine Lily cursing, but I imagine that if anyone can make her do it, it would be Shizune. Hanako looks to be withering a bit in the light of such conflict, but before I can steer the topic away, she stands up.
Hanako?
I'll be back in a minute. With that, she leaves for the restrooms. I suppose that's one way to deal with the situation, if it was indeed for her motivation. Lily, however, looks a little wounded.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't think it was you.
But
I think she's been getting stronger recently. You've seen it yourself, right?
That went a bit awry, but fortunately Lily doesn't seem offended, and by now I really shouldn't be quite so scared of stepping on that landmine around her.
Possibly. Sometimes I find it hard to tell, though.
Silence reigns for a moment before 2 teacups, a pie, a mug of steaming coffee appear in front of us. I notice that Yuko takes special care to place a teacup in front of the tip of Lily's fingers, letting her know where it is. Here you go. Thanks, Yuko. Thank you so goddamn much.
Thank you.
With a quick and silent bow, the bespectacled waitress takes her leave.
Ah, that's right. I was meaning to ask you something, and now would be the right time to do so.
I'm all ears, as I transform into a horrible John Carpenter-style monster reminiscent of The Thing.
Hanako's birthday is coming up, and I was hoping that you might accompany her present shopping in the city this weekend.
Hanako's birthday is soon? I suppose it would be a nice chance to cheer her up for a bit, like Yuko. She always seems to be teetering on the edge of either panic or depression. I call it progression. And I've never seen her enjoy herself much outside of chess games. With all that aside, learning the layout of the city better with a friend keeping me company sounds like a good way to spend a weekend.
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to. Have you got any other plans for what to do for her birthday? I was just going to give her a nice dickin'. I mean, Hanako being Hanako. Perhaps a low-key affair would be...
Lily suddenly cuts herself short, leaving me to wonder why she brings her teacup to her lips. Begins to sip. After a few seconds, I notice Hanako walking up to us over her shoulder.
My pauses are so fucking awkward, I can't breathe. Like, oh my god.
Lily's hearing that it must be very good indeed if it was the sound of the restroom door opening that tipped her off. Hanako takes her seat once again and wastes no time drinking her tea. Soon the 3 of us are quietly eating and drinking as the sun sets. It's a nice way to spend the reminder of the day's light, and it makes me appreciate the quiet and serene soundings of Yamaku. I think I'm really beginning to like life here, as isolated as it may be. A shutter transition lets us know that the last of my coffee has been finished, and I rest my mug on the table while the girls talk between themselves. The coffee here is a little bitter for my taste, but still quite good. Better than what I can make for myself in any case. The girls' discussion is mainly focused on their respective reading preferences, which does give me a little curiosity about a related topic.
Hey, Hanako. I was just wondering, aside from chess and reading, do you have any other hobbies or things you like doing?
She's completely stopped in her tracks. She looks quite surprised that anyone be interested in asking such a question about her. It takes her a little time to formulate a response. I guess I like Hanako, you're so cute. She's okay with computers.
Ah! Be real! Pull yourself out of your two-dimensional fucking prison and escalate into the world that is pure pain and misery known as real life. Singing's not exactly something I expected to hear. It's hard to imagine her singing voice, given how soft-spoken she is. I really hope she's just like a balls-to-the-walls operatic singer who just sings Carmen in a way that makes my testicles rupture. Lily, on the other hand, simply nods. She must already know this. She's been friends with Hanako for 1 year or so by now. What about why? Me? I'm actually X, I'm not Y. She hesitates before quickly flinging her head up and down. It's only logical that she want me to talk about my hobbies after she's told me hers. Oh, there's chess, obviously, but what I like to honestly do is go on the internet and print out a bunch of just raunchy, disturbing pictures. I'm talking dead bodies, like anal fisting, maybe a dog that's on fire, like hardcore pornography, all sorts of just terrible shit. Bees, and I stuff them in my neighbor's mailbox. And when he confronts me on it, I tell him that he did it last week and just doesn't remember. But that's just a side project I'm working on. I enjoy reading and guitar. Yeah. There was soccer as well. And I can't really do that anymore. Reading, which I picked up in the hospital. This is surprisingly hard. Lily and Hanako look a little put off by the direction this is taking. And the more I think about it, the more I am too. Sounds as if you picked up quite a few things since your accident. Lily's candor is coated with probably the most positive spin one could put on what I just said. Hanako, however, is silent, because she's not an idiot and understands that I'm awkward. If a situation becomes difficult, her reaction always seems to be withdrawing into silence in order to prevent things from getting worse. In order to prevent things getting worse. To prevent things getting worse. To prevent things getting worse. Grammatically incorrect. That, or physically returning. A soft ringing gives us pause. It also causes all the animations on screen to change. As Lily reaches into her pocket, it becomes obvious that the sound's coming from her phone. Hey, it's me, baby, what's up? Listen, I'm gonna be out a little late, so don't stay up and wait for me, okay?